good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hello and welcome. Today it's me, Daniel, and here I'm painting page 7. Doing part 1 of page 7, so, I've been painting this book for a wee while now. I'm up to page, kind of the last parts of page 7 because I have previously done kind of 2 goes at painting this page, and now I'm back for the third final round of painting it, so it's been quite a while of doing it to page 7, as I say, and these are the last little tweaks that I'm doing. So that's going pretty good at the moment. I haven't fully kind of finished this page, but I've got a decent chunk underway so far in this video and in this part of it. I still, have another 2 parts to finish it off, because the plan for this part of the book, this page, this kind of YouTube journey, everything like that, is to have my 3 parts to this. At the moment, I need that time. I need to get a little bit more done with this page, because it's a 2-part page. I call them 2-part pages because they have 2 things going on. They have 4 characters really in it. They have Henry twice, and then they have the cat twice, so it's got a lot going on in these pages. So, I have to break them up into those chunks for you. And this one, you'll basically just see me painting the top end of this page. And yeah, that's pretty much all you'll see in this round. In part 2, you'll see the next, panel. Next panel of it, and then you would see the last little tweaks of both panels from there. And yeah, this week's I kind of have a topic I'm talking about having a little faith in your art and in yourself, really. Have faith in the process, just having faith in yourself to get the work done, and having faith in the process. Um that's always important. It's always challenging, and it's never going to be, I think it's never going to be a thing that you you never kind of doubt yourself. For me at least, that's the way I feel like it, that you always will have doubts. So not trying to completely get rid of your doubts and everything like that, but just trying to live with your doubts that you have in your artistic journey, and even you might be a YouTube journey, or whatever you're doing, you're a creator, whatever you're doing, it's always important to keep your faith. It's always struggling, especially for this book, because it's such a big project. It's like losing faith in, am I actually going to get it finished? And just losing all hope at some point. So it's like, oh, well, this is going to take forever. Am I ever going to get it finished? And same for, with YouTube videos and things like that. It's challenging keeping up with it, keeping the ball rolling, trying to get all the videos out, and get the video recorded that I need, um, and trying to make sure that I keep up. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna make it. I'm not gonna be able to produce a video by next week. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then one thing still needs to next, and I actually do it. I just slam it out. And some weeks, are really challenging, that um aren't so some aren't so challenging, I would say, where I have like 2 or 3 weeks worth of video just there, sitting there, that I can just slowly do my art. In other weeks it's really hectic. I only just keep up with the YouTube videos and things like that. And there are ways to deal with each side of things. When things aren't so hectic. Um, when things aren't so hectic, I can get a little bit more done. But when things are like kind of all over the place and I can only do so much, um, I have to do things like um make different videos per se, like a stream where I'm just kind of drawing for a week. That gives me an extra week to keep painting and producing stuff. Um, so yeah, but having faith in myself is really important to keep myself going. And always have doubts. It's always I say, and we all kind of do have doubts. As we keep moving forward, will I ever make it as an artist, or will I ever get better, or um, you know, these doubts that we give ourselves, and eventually, if you let them get to you, you start giving up, you start losing hope and faith, and you just, you don't go anywhere. It's just not good. So, you just gotta keep at it and keep going. You got to push through it. Usually, listening to Bobby Chill for years. Um, One thing he says is usually if something kind of really bad is happening, it leads to something really really good. Usually, eventually, that's what he's found in kind of life. Um, and it is kind of that in a way, it can be. If you're really kind of struggling with doing art and things like that, um, maybe that struggle can be good. Eventually you struggle through it, you just keep struggling and trying to meet deadlines or just trying to get better at art and things like that. Eventually, you break through and you get really good and you start getting better and better. Um, and just having that little bit of faith gets you through and just get you to get better, and keep creating some really good works. It takes kind of time as well, and that's a big thing, where some people, um, you know, maybe even like a situation I'm in where I'm still here, kind of on YouTube, kind of painting what I'm painting, and creating my own thing. I'm not exactly I'm not working on or with like studios or anything like that. I'm not getting paid for any of this stuff, um, or anything like that. I'm just creating the art, because I really enjoy creating art and enjoy you know doing this stuff, doing these YouTube videos, chatting with artists and all this stuff that I do, the weekly tips I do, and drawing each week, trying to keep me focused and keep moving forward, building my portfolio, doing all these things. And obviously, I get to that point where I do lose hope sometimes because it's like, well, I've been doing this for so long, um, why aren't I, full-time employment in the art industry at this stage? You do lose hope after so many years after doing it for. Some people lose hope within 3 or 4 months or 6 months or something like that. Um, you know, you just gotta kind of keep going because eventually, you'll hit something. You never know until you keep going and um you hit something real good. Um, for me, I've hit into this book. I don't know where it's going at the moment, but I'm still kind of digging for gold here. I'm still trying to get somewhere good. Um, but I'm on page 7. I've kind of mapped out all the other pages, and I think I've gotten them around 60%. from here on. So, there's a bit of painting involved still, and a bit of time involved, probably another, um, I'm guessing 6 ish months again. I said that like last year, the start of last year or something like that. Um, or the end of last year actually. I said, oh, it'll be another 6 months and I should finish this book. But here I am another year after that. And it is what it is, only have, uh, an hour and a half ish a night. And that is not full painting time, I don't, in that hour and a half a night that I get, nearly 2 hours sometimes, dependent, um, I don't exactly get to paint all that time. That is me time as well, so, sometimes I just want to chillax, and other times I'm fully into painting, trying to get it going. So, I've really got to push it this week. And I think, I can, it's sometimes it's having that little bit of faith to keep you going, I next week I've got to get an hour and 40 minutes of this painted. And that for me is challenging because I don't, I'm not painting all the time. There's other things to do in my week. I've got to solve problems as well in my painting, so sometimes um, I'm still figuring out, what I can fix and how I can fix it, um, kind of a thing, and playing around a little bit. So, it's not a full hour, and it's not just sit there for an hour and a half and I have an hour and a half recorded. It's probably looking about, at this stage, it's probably about 20 minutes of actually recording this a night-ish. It may be a little bit more some nights. It's probably about, yeah, at least 20 minutes a night. Um, and it's probably on good nights, it's probably be about 45 minutes to an hour of actually recording it. And yeah, it all depends on how good I'm feeling about this and how I can how I can really fix this, what I'm doing to it. Um, you know, some nights I'm not sure what to do or where to work or what to work on, and how to work on it, and how to yeah, it is and sometimes it can take me like half an hour to just get into it, and then, that 20 minutes of recording from there. So, it is struggling, but I think that if I do some really good um, paint nights, 30, 40 minutes paint nights where I'm actually just painting this for 40 minutes straight or whatever, and getting good at that, we can definitely, just have a little faith that I can do it, we can do it, can get it done. Um, you know, I can get the next video out, it's that, and there's no kind of, I can't give myself leeway at this stage because, for me, I have to keep this, 3 parts. I don't want to split it up so that, you see part 1 of this video and then you suddenly, see in the next week's stream that it's completely different. Drawing, I don't want to do that. Uh, so it'll split up too much where, you see this video of me painting part 1 of my book, of this page 7, and then the next week you see me painting something completely different. I don't want to do that, um, because that's always what I'm doing. I'm always going to do it, so that will give me a push too. Giving yourself that, or me giving me that, that I have to get it done. Sometimes having that kind of, I guess, just self restrictions, you can get this through um, having deadlines, say for courses or schools or um, yeah, clients. You have deadlines, and that's kind of a deadline to me. I've got to get this done before a certain day, and they are kind of good to have. Especially if you are uh, just creating your own stuff and just doing your own things and painting your own things and just trying to get better at art and just creating art, trying to make a better portfolio, trying to whatever you're trying to do, having deadlines for those kind of things is really good because it can move you forward and keep you pushing forward, and that way you don't lose. If you meet those deadlines, you don't lose as much interest and faith in your art and belief that you can do things, you can create things within a certain period of time. But they can also be crippling as well, dangerous to you and you creating art, because if you don't meet those deadlines, um, you can be disappointed and angry at yourself and all those things. So that's the thing that is also a bad thing about that, but you can kind of do that in a good way. If you don't meet your deadlines, you don't have to beat yourself up about it, but still kind of take note that maybe you didn't meet that deadline, or um, try to finish it by this date. And yeah, just look at what you can do better, or what you maybe have done right in that as well. That's good to look on the positive side of that. Um, for this, the positive side for it, I've already got 20 minutes recording there for the next week's video. Um, so with that, I only have about an hour and 40 minutes to record basically. Um, and to get painted. And obviously, usually I don't get much on the weekends at the moment. With the weekends, it's pretty much do my weekly tips, and that's about it usually with the weekends. At this stage, we may be able to get a little bit of painting done, but we'll see how we go. What I like to do though is to get the weekly tips out of the way, um, and that gives me kind of Sunday night to record it, um, and Monday it's all good. Usually I can just paint on Monday, all good, and continue my week painting from Monday to Friday usually. And it's all chop and change, with these videos too. I have to get these videos out of the way as well. So that takes up either a Friday night or a Saturday night, or um, whatever day or night it is. Usually it takes it up, and um, yeah, I have to take that up, so I don't have that painting time on the Friday or the Saturday. Sometimes I'm lucky I get during the day, and I do get some painting time at night. But if it's Saturday, usually I start slowly doing my weekly tips. I think with that, it's getting more challenging to kind of pick a topic at the moment. Um, because I've covered this, I've covered that, I've covered a lot of topics. Um, and now I'm kind of going through drawing animals and things like that. I might do something different. It might not take so much time. But doing those animal drawings are good too, because they give me 45 minutes of just drawing animals of such in different poses, and um, figuring out what what their features are, and those kind of things, which is really cool to see. Um, yeah, and it's really cool to kind of understand them a little bit further. So it's good to do that. I really enjoy doing that. So I do that every weekend. And that usually takes me, yeah, 45 minutes to actually do the drawing. I'll say same again, I'm not always drawing. Um, Sometimes it's 30 minutes straight. I can do it for 20 minutes straight. Um, but yeah, it's about finding the right time, I guess. And that's the thing too, is breaking up your time good and trying to keep things alive. Um, always push forward. Anyway, you know, um, thanks for coming into this video. You're 21 minutes in, so you're 20 minutes in, you're halfway at this stage. So yeah, feel free to comment. Um, if you've got anything to say about what I've been talking about, and yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe. I really enjoy creating these videos, and I'd appreciate if anyone out there does enjoy these videos as well. I've had some really cool guests this year, which has been awesome. I'm gonna look at that soon. I've got to do that shortly. I've got a few videos to do as well in the next coming weeks, which is going to be intense to do. I've got this painting to keep up with, and then I've got a planned Christmas painting that I usually do every year. I think last year I did a two-part video, Baby Yoda. I think it was that last year. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that was a two-parter, so that was just probably 2 weeks of me painting that. This year, I have decided I'm gonna do like this 90-minute challenge for it. So that involves two 90-minute challenges in a way. The first 90-minute challenge will be um, me getting a Christmas painting, and then um, painting it, basically, word for word kind of a thing. And then I will be getting that painting, the exact same painting of that Christmas painting, and uh, drawing something from it, or something related to it. I don't know what yet, but something interesting, basically. And then painting it in the same theme um, as that Christmas painting I just painted, if that makes sense. So it's got two paintings involved. One is the painting of the actual painting, Christmas painting that I'm going to do, and then that will be my weekly tips. It will be like 90-minute weekly tips of it. And then from there I will be doing my own painting from it. Yeah, I'll be doing my own painting from it, um, which will be interesting to do, I think. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting, but it's gonna take a while. So I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna do it. Um, and this thing, you gotta kind of have faith in your process of how you get everything done as well. Just kind of, sometimes you've got like a lot of time, but you want to get all this stuff done, and um, you only feel like you've only got 4 hours to kind of fix the face, and then paint the leaves, and then finish the um, kind of kiwi fruit. Let's say for this painting or something, you've only got like 4 hours left to hand it in. Um, you know, Sometimes you do have to kind of be faithful in yourself to try and get it done and get it um, dusted, and just go with the process of um, you know, your process that works for you. Whether it is, some people say that they kind of paint kind of everything, get everything to say 70%, and then get everything to 80%, then get everything to 100%. Some people um, slowly tick things off, so they go and paint the, say for this painting, the hedgehog, they get it 100%, and then they go fix up the cat and put that 100%, and then they fix up the background and they do that 100%. um, either some people, paint the background and finish the background off, then add the characters from there, so everyone kind of has their way of doing it. Maybe if you've got the time, you could trial out um, a few ways to do it, if you will. Maybe you trial doing the characters first and then doing the backgrounds, kind of secondary kind of a thing, and then you could flip it in a painting and you know do a background and then add the characters in next. Um, you know, you could trial near it and see, what really works for you the best. And the same with that whole, uh, getting everything up to, 90% and then getting everything up to 100%. Um, and also, taking things off the list. So, getting the kiwi fruit 100%, getting the background 100%, getting the characters 100%. Um, you can do all those three processes. You can try them. I definitely tried them over the years where um, I'm mostly, though, background's kind of a secondary, I would say, element to it in most of the paintings. And some like um, these drawings and paintings in this book, it definitely was a kind of um, part of the equation. It wasn't kind of, get the characters looking good. Um, Although that's where I started. I started, with this book, with most of the pages, I started with getting the characters and telling the story through mainly, the characters and what they were doing, and using kind of background elements to add to that story. Um, not necessarily like doing the background first and then doing the characters, but kind of doing them both simultaneously. um, that is the approach I kind of had for this book when I was doing it, when I was starting it out. Um, Now I kind of am the same, simultaneously working on the background while I'm working on the characters. So it's kind of that process at the moment. And I still haven't figured out the full kind of plan, I guess. I haven't worked out the full way to go about it yet, because I'm still figuring things out. I mean, this is my second like two panel page that I've done, I think, and with the other panel page that I did, only just figured out that, just focusing on one strip of the painting, um, and then focusing on the next strip of the painting worked really well for that page. And I applied it to this page, and it's worked all right. It's um, I feel like I have made a good progression on it on the top page. I've done a decent chunk of the painting there. I still have bits and bobs to go. I guess, a bit over it of just painting this part of the page. So there is that where it's like, well, I've got this, and this. Um, where it's like, well, this part's struggling now. I'm struggling with trying to get this part of the page kind of polished. So the option at the moment is to go down below and go to the next panel and polish it a little bit, and get that underway. And then once that's kind of, say, probably 90%, we'll go back to the first panel of this page, fix that up, go back to the lower panel again, and that is kind of, I guess, a in between deal. It's not exactly work on part one of this page where it's the first panel you see, and you're just painting that, and it's not exactly painting both panels at the same time, about all the characters and all the backgrounds at the same time, trying to fix up bits and bobs here and there until it looks finished. Um, it's a bit of both, where I have started with just the first panel, and now I'm going to the second panel, and then from there, once I've got a decent chunk of the bottom panel done, it will be from there bits and bobs and fixing up, and kind of slowly ticking boxes as I go. So it's over the years it's developed from just kind of ticking boxes, where it's like, yeah, the foot of like my turtle drawing, the foot of the turtle's finished, the shell of the turtle's finished, the necks of the turtle's finished. um, to to now where it's like um, building things up and getting the background looking good. Um, and not working on the background so much now. I'm working on characters, making sure they're telling their story right. Make sure they fit into the background. It doesn't look like the background's just there. It's kind of just a bunch of colors that are um, looking bad or anything like that. There is distance in it. It looks like that. There is a little bit of distance. That um, how big kind of this yard is that they're having to go in. Uh, you know, there's a little bit more to it, so it's always a learning curve. Having you know faith in your learning, that you're always growing, is challenging too, because you never know. If you look at your art, um, look at my art these days, and I'm like, oh my gosh, some of my stuff on my art station or something like that. I'll look at some of them, like, I'm so tempted to kind of paint over some of them, and I will be in kind of the future. I will be at some point painting over some, um, redoing some. I'm not too sure what I'm doing yet. At the moment, it's working on this book. Um, and I think I should focus a little bit more on just focusing on this book a little bit more, not worrying too much about the next steps after, because you know, it's been away for a little bit, where I've worried when I finish this book what I'm gonna work on after it, because it's such a big process, such a I've spent so much time. I still got so much time to go, more than I realized. That when I finish it, I don't just want to kind of plateau and kind of don't know what to do, kind of a thing. So, I think I don't have to worry so much because I know now that I have so many ideas out there. I've got a next book. I'm planning to, with the previous book I did, the Junkyard Adventures, I'm looking at repainting a few of those. Um, or painting over. I'm basically looking at painting one or two of those over to begin with. There are a lot of pages with that, but I'm looking at um, pulling out a really good one from there. Something that um, because there are a few illustrations in there that are quite good that would really do well in my portfolio per se. I haven't got them in there. Um, so I want to pull out one of those paintings that I'm so desperately need in my portfolio in a way, and painting of one of those. So I do want to do the whole book, but I think now at the moment I've just got to pick and choose um my kind of plan, my kind of what's more important basically. And sometimes you have to choose that. You have to choose what's more important to begin with, and it's the same with with your painting process. Um, you're picking and choosing what is more important. It could be because of deadlines, um, or it could be um, so you can get more things done. Um, like just prioritizing the characters is trying to make sure their story is telling right, make sure that this cat looks really angry at Henry, and Henry looks really kind of scared and upset that he's being caught. Which at this stage I'm really happy I've portrayed that basically. And also the background, with the background, um, the most important thing there is that they look like they're in the background. Um, there's a few things I could do now, looking at it now, that um, I might do is I might size down those kiwi fruit just to make them look a little bit more like in the distance, possibly. Um, would give a little bit more distancing between them, although yeah, it probably needs a little bit more distance. But where they are is probably, not exactly. But these little things afterwards that you can notice um, can be really helpful for your journey as well. Yeah, so, last little kind of 2 minutes here, couple of minutes. Thanks for joining me. If you did join me again, I really do appreciate it. I know I've seen some nice comments on some of my videos, and it's been good just to see my channel, to see it grow over the years. And I haven't even kind of delved into that, but having faith in kind of this YouTube channel was a thing for me. I'd really like kind of more people to come check it out, and to see these videos, to see some of the things I chat about. Um, to see some of my paintings, to see some of the artists I do chat with. Some of those have been really awesome and insightful to what like the industry is like, and what these artists are like, um, where they fit in the world, and what kind of things they do and how they got into their position, and um, all these little interesting things that are fun. So, it's really great to have you guys. And yeah, having a little bit of faith in this channel, slowly over the years, I see it grow slowly with one, like, subscribers, with the type of videos that I'm having, the quality of the videos that I'm having. Um, all those are slowly, improving over time. Obviously, there are hit and misses. There are some videos that are better than others. Um, like I would say this video here isn't one of my best videos so far. You know, I don't know where to place it on the list. If I had to put it on the list, it wouldn't be very high anyway, basically. Um, but I think there are some good videos in there, and same for my art. There is some good art that I have. Every one I feel like I'm getting better, and there are some that I'm like, I think it's a miss. It's not that great, but I did it, and yeah. So yeah. Thanks for joining me. If you did join me today, um, everyone, keep faithful with your art and keep going. You can make it. You can get across that line you want to get across. You can do it. It's just, it takes time. It takes dedication. It is a struggle, and you gotta lose a lot sometimes, and you might see a lot of other people win as well. But you're on your own journey. If you watch some of the other videos that do chat about this kind of topic as well, so listen to those and listen to some of the other YouTube videos. And there's awesome other channels out there that do talk about this subject and and this thing. So keep drawing, everyone. Keep creating, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.